Hello, welcome. This is Pamela Cuccinell, and this is the Stoke the Fire program that I do every week with my colleague Susie Mazzoli. Susie's not going to be with me today because she's that flu that's been going on around our area, actually around the world. I think she's saying it's the Norwegian flu because last week she wasn't with me because she was stuck in Europe because of the snow bomb and blizzards. And now she's back, but she's still recovering from all that travel and transit and just the super bugs that are out in the world with our mega antibiotics, and we just keep morphing new flus and viruses and things that are just hard to get over. So she's well, but what will happen is that I'm going to do the 20 minutes of astrology that we do every week, and then you'll hear a recording of Susie doing a meditation that's appropriate for this week. So you'll still get the Stoke the Fire experience. It's just not live Susie. And when Susie's live, as you know, it's a very animated show. So we do this every week, and yes, I keep looking out. I'm on vacation actually, so I'm able to look at the Gulf, and it's quite a beautiful evening. So Stoke the Fire is something we do every week. I'm an astrologer, and I will give you the things to expect for the week, the energetic weather, if you will, of the upcoming week. Again, if you want specifics of who you are and how it affects you, notify your favorite astrologer or notify me, and I'd be happy to take you through how things are affecting you or coming up for you in the upcoming weeks, months, and beyond. So I'm going to do the astrology. And if you want to find out about astrology, you can go to my website, insightoasis.com. That's where you can find out how I do private sessions. I also teach tarot over the internet. And I have different programs for people who want to do deep work and really figure out what's ahead based on your personal horoscope. And Susie's private website is Susie Mazzoli, and her last name is spelled MESZOLY-healer.com. So that's Susie Mazzoli-healer.com. And that's where you can find out about her Art of Energetic Healing School, her homeopathy skills, and just overall every amazing thing Susie does as a wonderful healer and teacher. So, the astrology of the week of March 12th, 2018. So, for the people who get the recording the night before, Sunday, there are subscribers, and for a very nominal price, you can subscribe. There's two ways to do it. You can sign up for 6 weeks, or you can sign up for a year. Either way gives you a benefit. 6 weeks, you can try at half price. If you sign up for a year, you get, I think, a month and a half for free, plus a complimentary session, our phone session with either Susie or myself. So that's a great deal if you love getting your astrology forecast and meditation for the week on Sunday evening. In that case, you just get the encapsulated essence, just about a half-hour MP3 comes to your mailbox, your email, and that is the 20 minutes of astrology and then the 10-minute meditation activation without all my talking before and after. So here we go. March 12th, 2018. The moon goes void of course at 11:36 a.m. For those of you who are not familiar with the term void of course, what that means is that the moon, as it travels through the sky, will make no more geometric aspects to another planet before it changes sign. So what that means is the moon that signifies how we're emotionally connected. There's not a lot of emotional glue to hold things together. So when the moon goes void of course, we're less emotionally invested in things. People go to shop for a blouse or a dress and they can't quite make a decision. And if they do, they get it home and the next day they're like, what did I do? So because we tend to shop and make decisions through emotions. Do I care about this? Am I invested in it? Does it give me some passion or focus? And so when the moon is void of course, generally astrologers recommend that you follow through on projects already in motion, that you do things that benefit from non-attachment, which include things like purging, decluttering, cleaning out a closet, organizing your desk, organizing your email. These are all things that benefit when we're not really as emotionally attached. Otherwise it's, oh my goodness, I used to love these socks. One of them has a hole in it, but I used to love these socks. So it's maybe harder to just toss the socks. Anyway, in today's world, there's very few things you literally have to throw out. I mean, things like socks, fabrics, there are places that take that now. There's bins throughout, I mean, depending where you live, where you can just toss fabrics, old clothes, things nobody really wants anymore, and they literally reweave it or do different things with the fabrics, break them down so that they have use again. So it's easy to give things away and let them have new lives. So it's just a motivation of doing that. So the 12th, March 12th, is a good day for that. The moon is in the sign of Capricorn. It's void of course, as I said, as of 11:36 a.m. All the times I will do are Eastern time, so please adjust depending on where you are on the planet. And then once the moon enters the sign of Aquarius at 6:44 p.m., we're in a very different energy field, because what's happening is that we leave this more, I should also add, for those of you who get this Sunday night, that the morning may feel a bit bumpy, in that you may feel like you're getting things done, but then there's a sudden turn, or a surprise happens, or a upset. It doesn't have to be cataclysmic, but it may not be going the way you want, which is another reason to kind of recollect, focus, organize, strategically plan. And those are all things to do when the moon is void of course, as long as you don't nail down, make an absolute decision with the planning, just kind of map out courses and say, okay, you know, once I've got this, all the potentials on the table, and then I'll make a decision once the moon goes in Aquarius. And when that happens at 6:44 p.m., it's a lot more electric energy. There's a lot more, when I was talking about the detachment that may be kind of the mood of Monday, that's not the feeling once we get into the moon of Aquarius. There's a lot more connections that happen, kind of electric energy. You may be getting a lot of messages, things coming through, news, energy, and it's a lot easier to make decisions that you're passionate about and directed towards. Actually, it's very much that way energetically. There's a real thrust to make that kind of thing happen. So when we get to, I'm just adjusting this, the sun, it's a little hard for me to see. Okay, so when we get to the 13th, Tuesday, The moon is in Aquarius still, as it is on Wednesday. So the information that I'm giving you over these 2 days are pretty similar. Then there's some added pieces that I will do. So the similarities are that there's a real desire to communicate, to connect to people who kind of share your desires, or your active, if you're active in things like social justice or community or connections that have to do how people build and network with one another. Very, very strong days to do that. Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course Monday night that I have passed as I keep moving. One thing to be aware of on Tuesday morning, early morning may feel a little fractured, a sense of, especially if you have this certain aspect, which I'm about to say, Venus square Saturn. So anyone who's born with the planet Venus, which is about love and harmony and how we create abundance or attract the things we want in life. Anybody who has that in hard aspect, in a geometric aspect, which is challenging with the planet Saturn, Saturn tends to limit, be fearful, say that you should do certain things in order to get all that good stuff. So people who have that can feel a sense of, oh, there's limitations, I don't deserve this, I don't know how to make this happen. And that may be around you the beginning of the week. That should pass as we get into mid-morning on Tuesday. But if you have that tendency to feel like you're always ending up with the short end of the stick, then it may feel magnified. The good part about that is it's an opportunity to look at it, see how real it is, see how you can modify behavior or change certain things in order to not have that feeling, because it's not necessarily real, it's just what may be expected. So move by it. And then we get into almost the opposite energy, which can happen, where there's a sense with a lovely Moon Venus picture, there's a sense of, I can create this, I can make this happen, life is abundant, people love me. And so that's what you want to be experiencing on Tuesday morning. Absolutely, I want more of that myself. So let that come in and really feel that. One of the pictures in the sky on the 13th is the Sun-Jupiter trine, and this is just love, love, lovely. It's a picture that has to do with good fortune, people connecting in ways that are a sense of enjoyment and exchange of information and energy and all the things that make a person feel like life is abundant, it's good, it's all here. So nice day on Tuesday once you get through that bumpy morning. And I just see lots of communication and connections happening. Really, really fun day once you get past the speed bump early morning. Wednesday, the 14th, similar energy to Tuesday, although one of the indications is there may be a sense of there's just too much. I can't make it all happen. I'm falling a little short. How do I make a decision? Make a decision. Decide what is the most important thing. Yeah, you know, I'm on vacation. There's a lot of places I would like to do and go, but the most important thing is to connect with the family I love, rest, enjoy nature, maybe see a film. Actually, I'd like to see a couple of films, but driving all over, seeing everything, winnow it down, especially Wednesday. And then when we get past that, then we're in a very focused drive of passion. I mean, Wednesday night can be just really dynamic, lots of connecting the dots, lots of, I mean, whether it's work, whether it's fun, whether it's relationship, just it can really be we are building this together. But you want to be building with the right partners. And that's part of what I said, you know, make some decisions, decide where your focus is, who you're investing time with and why, because that's really important to know in order to get the results that you really want to have. So the 15th, the moon goes void, of course, as of 3:32 a.m., so early morning, and not pre-dawn, actually. And when we get towards dawn at 6:12 a.m., the moon has entered the sign of Pisces. Now, this is really juicy energy too, because what Pisces is, it's heading us towards the new moon that happens in Pisces, late degree Pisces, and that occurs on Saturday. So this is really rich energy for pulling everything together, but you don't do that up here, you do that here. So the thing about Pisces is it's the 12th sign. So Pisces is about how you absorb everything that is throughout your experience, many, many lifetimes, all the things that you've lived and loved and absorbed. And then what you put out or create from that. So it's not really a thinking decision piece. It's more about let's let it just marinate and cook and be what it needs to be so that it can, the absolute perfection can come out. And Thursday is a wonderful day to be just in the zone of your art, in the zone of your work, in the zone of your absolute being. The less you really think about, oh, okay, you know, I'm going to do this to make that happen. And the more I am going to make that happen because I know that's how I'm supposed to unfold. Let that be your Thursday. Let that be your Friday. So it's a lot about really feeling a sense of productivity in your body. Depending on where you live or the society you're in when you're hearing this, there can be a lot of focus on the body insofar as weight maintenance and exercise and anti-aging. But are you really in tune with your body? Are you really in a sense of what this vessel that allows you to move through the world and do the things you are here to do? Are you really aware of what it wants right now? I know I want some water. Maybe because I'm talking about Pisces, the water sign. Or maybe because I was in the sun a bit today. Yeah. Which, being a New Yorker and having dealt with a lot of snow and cold and kind of a winter that couldn't decide if it was ending or not, it's a pretty sweet place to be right now. Anyway, here I go again. But the deal about being in touch with your body, and Pisces, a lot of people think of that sign as being intuitive and spacey and dreamy and artistic, and it's all of that. But to be aware of the vessel, the body, the sacred temple, as it's been talked about in different texts, to be aware of that and what it needs and your very humanness and presence brings you into the sense of what you're here to do. It also, when you feel a sense of love, appreciation, centeredness in your body, it magnifies out your aura, your essence, your how you want to shine just becomes very, very vibrant, radiant. And that attracts what it is you want to bring in and bring through. So Thursday is it's almost what I would call a Marshall Day, in that you can aim towards, this is what I want to have unfold. But be easy about it. Know that it's happening more than that you're making it happen, if that makes sense. And then Friday is, we're in this dark of moon energy, which I call Hecate's time, before we get to the new moon in Pisces. And since we're in Pisces, the water sign, during the dark of moon, it's very fecund. It's very, very rich and deep and dark. So that's the stuff of dreams. It's the stuff of memory. Memory comes up sometimes with dark of moon. Things might fly into your head that you haven't thought of in a while. Old friends, people from the past, people who have passed, situations that no longer exist. You don't necessarily want to hold on to them, but just sort of observe, like you're in front of a pond and you see a little, the rise of a koi or a goldfish, as it kind of shows you its scales before it dips back down. Because these memories, they come up and they trigger, or they inform, or they give us something in the present. So memories can be, I'm coming up because I have something for you to observe and reflect on. But you don't want to dwell on the past. You don't want to go to a place that doesn't really exist anymore, other than to think, now that came up, now that's curious. What's that trying to give me or tell me? Instead of, oh yes, that was a time when I was able to do X, Y, Z, or that was a difficult time. And what you want to do with it is just observe, why is it coming up now? What's it here to tell me? And then just let it drift back into the unconscious. So the new moon, the Pisces new moon, I'll spend a few minutes talking about that before we go into the activation. The new moon occurs as the moon goes void at 9:12 a.m. That's when the sun and moon are exactly together. And so at 9:12 a.m. Eastern time, of course, you can't see the new moon because it's in the sky with the sun. So the sun just totally, obliterates your vision of it. So this particular new moon is birthing, of course, anything you want. In general, new moons are great for fresh starts, to take off with a vision, to put something in place that will manifest over the next few days, weeks, year, but it revisits something that you want to kind of dust off and reboot, or if you're on a long-term project, again, revisit it, see where you are with it, and anything that needs to be adjusted, fresh start, new orientation. Perfect to do with the new moon. But especially in Pisces, focus tends to be, what is your spiritual life about? What is your creative life about? Is there something that you want to address and look at that has to do with private, personal areas of yourself that you need to explore more deeply? Anything therapeutic that you might want to do. These are all themes that might come up with the Pisces new moon, but really anything. with new moon energy can get a fresh start. Once the moon is void, it's void until 2:57 p.m. So void moon in Pisces is a great time to just be tranquil, be reflective. If you're someone who does anything artistic or creative, be in the studio, listen to music, meditate, do things that just totally recharge you. That's absolutely perfect with that void, of course, Pisces moon. Once it enters the sign in Aries at 2:57 p.m., very, very different energy. It is hit the ground running time, and it's time to really move forward. The other thing that's happening is as of 12:41 p.m. on Saturday, the planet Mars went into Capricorn. Now, Mars in Capricorn is great placement for it, because when Mars is in the sign of Capricorn, it really works hard to kind of get that thing going as long as it takes. So it's not the most aggressive or dynamic placement for Mars, but it is incredibly follow-through oriented. So anything that wants to move too quickly, once we're in the Aries moon, just kind of bring it down to earth, especially anything that's involved with the new moon fresh start activity, because it's nice to get everything in place so that you know it's really going to move ahead well. And on Sunday, really great to kind of seed it well so that it's got a really good foundation, whatever it is you want to take off and make happen. It can also just be a really fun day, as Saturday evening can. And this is a new moon energy that can really allow a lot of wonderful things to blossom. So enjoy it. And now I give you Susie's meditation activation. And as I finish, I'm going to remind you that if you would like to find out more about our Stoke the Fire program or the subscriptions, please go to stokethefire.guru. If you'd like to find out more about my astrology work and tarot work, you can find out about that at insightoasis.com. And if you'd like to find out about Susie, her Art of Energetic Healing course, and her programs where she takes people on spiritual retreats in France and Peru and all kinds of wonderful places, or her work as a homeopath, you can find out about Susie at susiemazzoli-healer.com. So stokethefire.guru. Here's Susie's activation meditation. Please enjoy. And we'll see you next week, Susie and myself. Namaste.
So let me jump straight in with the master teachers. And very nicely allow yourself just to become settled, to feel the energy. Dear loved ones, we are the master teachers. And in this space now, as we work together with you, we invite you to feel stronger energies coming through. For those of you that are very familiar with our work, just allow these energies to amplify, to become stronger. And feel yourself just simply arriving in this moment, in this place. And as you do so, opening up the heart, opening up the library, opening up all of the books in your internal library, and allowing all of your experiences, all of your catalogued experiences, all of your adventures, allowing everything to simply be available to you, to be open. All of the books are open now. And you have access to all of your experiences. As you access these experiences, you are literally integrating all of these energies into this current moment, into this current life. Imagine that you have all of your address books back way before computers, when you used address books, and then all of your fancy phones and all of the many, many pieces of information that you have retained. Allow all of these now to literally be downloaded back into you as you are now, and allow yourselves to access more and more information of your own life, of your own personal life. As you begin to remember past events, as you start the multifaceted movie reel of all of your life, feel all of the experiences now coming to you without judgment, without fear, and simply you are now accessing all of this information, accessing all of the information about yourself. And feel this filling you up, that you are this massive repository of information. Good, bad, all sorts of different experiences, and you are allowing them to integrate, allowing them to become a part of all of your life. And what we are working with, dear loved ones, is simply oneness, that you are not letting go, that you are not releasing anything, but that you are in the conscious, active, intended action of collection of activities, collection of experiences. That is why you are here on earth, to have all of these earthly experiences, to have everything here on earth filtered through your own individual perception. Here you are, collecting all the pieces of your jigsaw puzzle, of your holographic jigsaw puzzle. And now you are collecting all of those pieces. And as we increase the frequencies, they are simply as lights, as in tiny little Christmas lights that fill you up. These experiences are not heavy burdens. You have transformed them all into light, into your own education, into your own spiritual education. And that is why you are here, dear humans. That is why you are on this earth. You come here to have all of these experiences. What is it like to feel this, to know that? What is it like? You are even curious about pain because you recognize that pain has given you so many different access keys to your development. And here you are, deepening now into your energy field, into your experiences of life. And as you deepen, there is more clarity, there is more understanding. You are more compassionate. And ever so gently now, allow yourselves to go deeper. And as you go deeper, what is happening is you are becoming more and more grounded. You are becoming more and more centered. And no matter what is happening in the world around you, you are grounded. You are centered. And you are full of all of your life experiences. Full of life. Full of experience. And as we increase the frequencies, feel yourself yet again deepening into this place where you are full and complete, where everything is present. You are not missing anything. You're not supposed to be anywhere. You are completely present, and you are deeply loved, and you are full to the brim, boiling over, spilling over everywhere in all directions. You are full of love. And you feel this love now as you hover energetically above your heart, recognizing yourself and recognizing the love. The love that makes every single cell in your body resonate. Again, we increase the frequencies. We invite you now to take a nice deep breath, allowing for the integration of all of these energies. And as you take another deep breath and another, gently allowing your eyes to open, for your eyes to visualize this beautiful world in front of you with clarity, with compassion, with love. We thank you. We are the Master Teachers, and we are complete.